Welcome back to Press here. There are a lot of ways to get your internet. I counted 13 different providers in Silicon Valley, but most people get their internet from one of two providers. Twist Internet is in the other 11, but an up-and-comer working its way into the Bay Area. It eschews fiber and phone lines for wireless. Mark Chinn is co-founder of Twist, serves as its chief operating officer. Good morning. Mark, I'm going to remind you this TV station is owned by Comcast, and not that
We know.
okay, yeah, you're not venturing into unfriendly territory, I promise, but I just wanted to make sure everyone out there understands that as
Yeah.
well. So, wireless internet, not a new idea. I can remember wanting and getting the fastest internet of the 90s at the time. I think it was Sprint. They came out and they put a antenna on the top of my townhouse, 1 megabit per second, so blazing fast.
Right.
Yeah, you're offering something like 500 times that now.
Yeah, that's right. The technology has really come a long way, especially with our technology partner, Toronto Wireless, which you may know is a local company founded in the Bay Area and in Milpitas. And they've really figured out how to deliver terrific home internet service over fixed wireless access. And that's what we do, fixed wireless access to the home.
So it's still not as fast as cable, but there is a diminishing return, right? I mean, we watch Netflix at the same speed. There are very few applications, particularly at home, where people are going to need something faster than a lot of people can watch Netflix at the same time.
That's exactly right. Most people can run Netflix, their home entertainment, home automation, video conferencing. For
I've lost count to how many things I have
That's
attached to
right.
Wi-Fi. It's
That's right.
incredible the amount. So they use, in your case, they use a receiver, but not a transmitter. So remind folks, they're going to say, well, wait a minute, I also like to send the email. I have to send things.
Yeah.
How does that
So
work?
the technology works as a receiver and a transmitter. So if people are familiar with downlink and uplink, downlink is what you receive, uplink is what you send. The technology does both of those things, just like a cable or fiber provider. And you mentioned speed. While most people don't need as much speed as what cable and fiber provides, one of the things that the technology now does for fixed wireless is it can approach those speeds. And by the end of this year, we'll be solidly providing gigabit service to most of the homes we pass. So for people who need that speed, we're going to have it.
How do you make the wireless go faster? What is? I mean, the radio waves are already going pretty darn fast, but how does that change? How do you make it faster?
Yeah, so we don't make it faster. We're the service provider. But like I said, Toronto Wireless right now is the and innovator within this space. And they've really figured out how to deliver more capacity without interference and without a lot of the blockages that sometimes you have in wireless. But really, all the customer needs to know is that purchasing wireless from Twist, which runs on the Tarana technology, you're going to get up to gigabit speeds because they've already figured all that stuff out for the customer.
As a customer tries to figure out, am I going through the phone system? Am I going through the cable system? Am I going to go with wireless? There's another choice, and that's 5G. Where do you stand in that?
Well, 5G is one of the services provided by the big mobile carriers like T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T. Um, the problem, and it works a lot the way that our service works, with one big difference. And that big difference is that those guys are providing home internet service over the same resources that they
Mhm.
serve their mobile customers with. And guess who they prioritize? They prioritize the mobile customer.
Yeah, I've always thought of that as a system, that works, but wasn't designed that way. One of the advantages is to wireless is, and I've had this happen. Somebody runs into the telephone pole down the street, and I don't have internet for a day.
There are lots of outages with wireline services like fiber and cable, including fiber and cable cuts, even if it's buried. So
Yeah.
we don't have those issues. You're right. We're delivering over the airwaves And for that reason, we're really a reliable choice where those other guys might be running into problems.
Do you have an Achilles heel anywhere? I mean, if you have if you have dish TV, a heavy rainstorm sometimes will affect it. What is there anything that gets in the way of what you're trying to do?
Well, that's a really good point. So Dish is broadcasting from space over
Right.
over different airwaves that is very susceptible to rain fade, which just means when it rains, sometimes your signal goes out. And we're on the ground. We're on the same towers that your mobile phone is broadcasted from, and we're using different spectrum. And what that really just means to the customer is that you don't have those rain fade issues. You've got really reliable internet, just like you would from fiber or cable, but without susceptibility to the some of those fiber cuts and other things that you might get.
The FCC recently approved Elon Musk's Starlink participation in something like a $40 billion federal grant. And this is aimed at getting high speed internet to rural and underserved areas. But the revolution there was that, in this case, he's providing satellite provided internet, but that it's wireless internet as opposed to wired. How do you view this development and what impact might it have on what you're doing?
Well, I think that satellite and DSL and fixed wireless and 5G, all those technologies help people get connected, and we're great with that. We think that people should be connected, and one of the things we're doing in metros is giving people a choice when they typically haven't had one.
Hmm.
But one of there are issues with all those technologies, and one of the issues with satellite is just the capacity that they have on those satellites that they've launched. So that service is not going to be a gigabit service, and it's not going to be a great service for metros. It has a great position within rural, though.
All
So
right. Well, Mark Chinn, I appreciate that's time we have, but Mark Chinn, Twist Internet, I appreciate your time and press here. We'll be back in just a